Hey everyone, it's Jennifer from stampwithjennifer.blogspot.com, and today I want to show you how to make this card. It says happy birthday, now where's the cake? Super cute. And then of course our cake is right here on our truck, on our food truck. So we're using Stampin' Up super cute stamp set Tasty Trucks, and you can only get this until the end of March 2017. Free with a $50 purchase, no limit, spend $100, get 2, and so on. So it's a celebration stamp set. But look how cute it is. It has tacos and hot dogs and all kinds of stuff you can put on your food truck. And it's a great birthday, but lots of occasions stamp set. Okay, so let's get started. The main thing I want to show you today is how to color the image in and how to add the glitter. Hopefully you guys can see the glitter, yeah, on the little cupcakes there. Okay, so this is also a card we're making in my card class coming up March 17th and 18th, I believe, 2017. Okay, so for the first thing I want to show you is I already stamped the truck and the banners here, and what I want to demonstrate for you on this piece is the cupcakes. Now my sample is not perfect, and I actually like it when my class samples aren't perfect because no one is a perfect stamper. Sometimes I get lucky and my cards come out cute, but sometimes they're like this where my cupcakes are not even, and that's perfectly fine. But I want to give you guys a tip on how to possibly make images like that be even. So we're using basic black ink because it's waterproof, and basic black is the waterproof ink you want to use with photopolymer stamp sets, the totally see-through ones. If I'm using red rubber, I prefer black StazOn as my permanent black ink. That's just personal preference, but StazOn doesn't work with photopolymer. And basic black, which is the one I'm using now, you need to let it dry before you watercolor. So I have one already stamped that's dry so I can paint it, but you just need to let it dry a couple of minutes or heat set it before you stamp. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is for the cupcake or any image where you're going to do 3 in a row, 4 or 5, whatever. Basically, you start with your center image and stamp it first. So I'm going to have to get my head down so I can see. There we go. Then you stamp the image on either side of it. So that's what I did with this one. That's what I did with both. I just did a better job on this one. We'll see how I do right now. And I'm a lot higher from my project than I normally would be when stamping. But that's just, see, this one's still crooked, but do your center one first, then your other two, rather than 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was just a quick tip there. Let that ink dry with basic black. And then there's lots of ways to color in. We have our new watercolor pencils. We have blender pens, there's markers, but I love the Aqua painter the best, and I am not an artistic person, so I'm going to press the bottom of my pads here. So for me, I find that Aqua painters are the easiest because they're kind of forgiving. Watercolor looks are not supposed to be perfect, and you can move really fast, and it's okay if it's kind of a messy looking, basically. Okay, so what is an Aqua painter? You get 2 in a pack for around $17. You put water in the barrel, so you unscrew it and put water in there, which I've already done. And then you get 2 sizes. This is the small one, but I kind of use them interchangeably. And then to get the water to flow, you squeeze the barrel gently. Don't squeeze too hard because you can kind of make the flow too much later. And that'll get water to flow through there. If you have too much water, take it off on a paper towel is what I use. Then the ink, you don't want to take ink from your ink pads here because it will make a white spot there where there's no ink on your ink pad. So I squeeze my pads together like I showed you, and then gather your ink here. If you're not sure if it's too dark, too light, test it out on scratch paper first. And then just paint. Now, you can use watercolor paper, which is not what I'm using, but watercolor paper is the most forgiving. It allows you to do all of the cool blending and adding layer upon layer of color and shading and texture and all that stuff. Whisper white, which is our regular white paper, is really thin for watercoloring. So you just want to put on one layer and move quickly. So you can still get light and dark, just not with layer upon layer upon layer. It's just kind of wherever you kind of hit it a little lighter. And of course, depending on how much ink is on your painter, your color can be darker than mine or lighter than mine or your neighbors, or you know, whoever sample you're looking at. That's how quick and easy you can color though. Now you just wipe the color off on a clean paper towel so that you can see there it was blue, now it's not. To switch colors, so that was Bermuda Bay. Now we're going to Peekaboo Peach. We'll make our cupcakes a beautiful peach color, and that's to match our designer paper. That's the Carried Away designer paper, which is also free with a $50 purchase right now. Okay, and then also I wanted to color my little awning, or whatever this thing is, my little sunshade, with Peekaboo Peach. And again, you could do the lighter and make the stripes in the center darker. I'm a pretty lazy stamper. I just like whatever's quickest and easiest. And then last but not least, we'll use basic gray, or smoky slate, I'm sorry, smoky slate, which is lighter than basic gray, to add some of these, add color to some of these images here. Now you could use more colors when coloring an image like this. You know, you could give detail to every single image here. I'm not doing that because it's for a class and it can get confusing when you have about too many colors, and it's more time consuming, and you know, people are waiting to stamp. So that's why I only use those 3 colors, but you can use more. So clean it off before you put your pen away so it's ready to go next time. You don't get muddy colors. And that's all there is to coloring it. It's so easy. Now the glitter, we have Dazzling Diamonds glitter, which I love. It does not come in this container. I've used an old stamp case. A lot of people will use like from the dollar store Tupperware containers to pour your glitter in. It comes in a little jar. But if you keep it in something flat like this, then it makes it easier to apply to your projects. I'm going to close these just in case I don't want to get glitter on them, but the way I'm going to show you to apply your glitter is as mess free as I can get it. So we're going to use fine tip glue, and you want to unscrew the white part of the lid. This will unscrew and that will too, but just the white part. This little needle will come out. That needle right there comes out. That was down in the hole to keep it from clogging up. We want to apply a very tiny amount of fine tip glue. So there the dot came out. Now I'm going to smear it around with the edge, or with the applicator. So just one dot and then smear it around. Then what you would probably think to do with glitter is to scoop it up and shake it around, but that's what makes it make a volcano of glitter in your house. So instead, I always tell my customers, turn it upside down, place it flat in the tray, thump the excess off, and you have glitter everywhere. Woohoo! Everywhere you put glue. So super easy to use our loose glitter, which this one's called Dazzling Diamonds. It's so cool because it's clear and it matches everything. Real quick on the fine tip glue, you want to put that needle back in the applicator, and I just saw this tip on someone else's video. I can't remember who, but it was a great tip. She puts her one finger against this part so that you can kind of use your finger to feel and figure out where, because for a lot of us we can't see that very well because of our old age, to get that needle back in the applicator hole there. And again, that's to keep it from clogging up, so make sure you do that. So that is how you do the stuff on this card. You have your designer paper here, sorry, which gets attached to this piece. So always stamp first when you have something like this. So I pre-stamped Happy Birthday Now Where's the Cake in basic black, but if I had messed up, I could flip my paper over and stamp it again before I glue this down. So always stamp before you start gluing stuff to other stuff, basically, in case you mess up. So we'll attach that. We'll attach our that to our peach. This is basic gray, Peekaboo Peach, our white card base, and then we have our Bermuda bay here. So for measurements, I have a beginning stamping video that tells you all your basic card measurements on how to do that. And then I can post on the video specific measurements for these other pieces on the card, but check out that beginning video. So that's how you make this card. Super easy. I did attach this piece with dimensionals, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you'll give it a try and let me know how it goes. Anyone can come to the class, so if you're in Texas and you want to come, just go to my blog and sign up. And of course, I have online ordering specials and all kinds of other stuff if you need any of these supplies. And you can just let me know if you have any questions. All the info is on my blog. Hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you again at stampwithjennifer.blogspot.com.